Welcome back, ladies, gents, everyone who watches me. Time for another beer review. I've just done my spicy challenge about 20 minutes ago. I've got to admit, I feel like I'm suffering a little bit around the chest area. Hopefully I'm not going to keel over or nothing. Probably going to suffer tonight. But yeah, so I've done that. So I need something cold and wet. I did have a couple of becks after I finished and carried on talking to all you lovely people that were watching. But now it's time to get back to another beer review. And this next one is one that is easily and readily available for everybody. It's a style I love. It's very cheap. And like I said, you can pick it up anywhere. So yeah, without further ado, I'll shut up talking shit because I'm just boring you all. And we'll get on with the beer review. So this was from Lidl's. £1.25 for the bottle, if I'm correct, or £1.29. I think it's £1.25. And this is a bottle of Patronus premium weissbier. I think this is actually brewed by Perlenbacher. So Perlenbacher do the Pilsner for Lidl's. And this is coming in at 5%, 500ml bottle. So like I say, £1.25. It's an absolute steal if it's any good. A lot of other people, I've seen the reviews. I don't like remember them all, but I know a lot of people have been very impressed with this. Certainly for the price as well. So, and I've had it before, so but never reviewed it. So there we go. There's the label on the bottle. Do like that. Do like, excuse me. Carolina Reaper Curry is still playing hell with me. Do like the old bottle cap. So let's get this out, do a review of it, and hopefully give you guys something to go on, whether you think about buying it or whether you just enjoy watching me waffle on. Unfortunately, I'm a weissbier glassless at the moment, but I am aware that I do have a couple of nice ones coming for Christmas off the missus. So unfortunately, this is the nearest thing I've got to it. So in a glass, looks cracking. Looks cracking, to be honest. Maybe not as sort of slightly different. Well, no, not really. No, it's how a weissbier would look. I would say it just looks a little bit darker than maybe you sort of get like a lemony sort of yellow look to it. But this looks that little bit darker. The head is just getting bigger. The carbonation in there is raging. It's almost sort of, it's not as dark as what you're seeing on the camera, but it's a little bit darker than what I'm used to seeing with them. It's hazy. Started out as a 3-finger head. The carbonation's going nuts. It's probably near a 4 now. It's just rising and rising and rising. I have no idea how I'm going to get a nose on this, but I may have to dive in. Let's see what I can do. I don't think spinning it's going to help, is it? There's a little bit of sort of the banana, a little bit clovey, coriander. I think I'm actually going to dive in, take a bit off, and then we'll try again from there. So, right. I got the worst off then. Foolishly enough, I'm going to give it a swirl again. Yeah, very sort of, the banana thing isn't there so much for me. It's very coriander, that typical sort of wheat beer smell, but the banana kind of thing isn't there so much. A little bit more in there, maybe some of it's sort of in the sediment, but trying to pour it in, you're just not going to be able to do anything. So I'll maybe go back to that as we get down. So without further ado, looks great. It's got the inklings on the nose of a wheat beer, as you'd expect. So let's dive in and see what we get. Cheers, everyone. A little bit thinner in body for me than a lot of the wheat beers I've had. Nice carbonation in there, well carbonated. That suits this style of beer for me. You're certainly getting that hint of banana in the taste. Very smooth to drink. Very easy to drink. Very easy to drink. The 5% is nowhere. You're really not getting that you're drinking. You're really not getting that inkling that you're even drinking a beer, although you know you are, but you're certainly not getting any inkling that it's a 5% beer. Goes down extremely easy. See if I can get some more of this in there. Give it a good swirl, get all the sediment in that's in the bottom. Yeah, it's not as banana-y as some of the wheat beers I've had. There's certainly some of them a lot more sort of prominent, but it's a little bit clovey, but yeah, the banana sort of thing in there is very sort of subdued, and you could drink better quality Weissens, wheat beers, whatever you want to call them, and say, well, hang on, well, that's not as good as that, that's not as good as that. And I've got to admit, I do prefer something with a big banana sort of hit in there, a richness to it. Excuse me, pardon me. Or Carolina Reaper as well. I mean, hopefully it's not the curry that I've just had that is affecting what I'm tasting, but even though it's not as punchy, if you like, as some of the other wheat beers you can buy, it's very enjoyable. Yeah, it just lacks that maybe bit of extra banana sort of sweetness and taste in there for me. But at £1.25 for, let's say, nigh on a pint, it's an absolute steal. And I think for anyone actually wanting to try something like this, it's a good little starting point, and a perfectly respectable wheat beer. You're paying nothing for it. You can pick it up anywhere, like I said, and it's got a nice taste to it. So yeah, for me, that's a nice beer. Nice beer for me personally. Again, not one of the best. Don't get me wrong. In my view, depends what you like out of a wheat beer. But it's a very good. It's a very good cheap wheat beer. Very good one, and well worth the money. I mean, if they were selling it for £2, you probably wouldn't have too many complaints. So yeah, there we go. Shut up talking now. There you go, Patronus by Perlenbacher in Lidl's, £1.25 a bottle. Well worth picking up for a try, and a very nice go-to cheap beer to pick up for a wheat beer. So that's my views on it. If you've had it before, you let me know what you think. I might be talking rubbish. That's entirely up to you. You make your own mind up on that. But a very nice wheat beer. Had better. Also paid more for them. So that's it for this beer review. So thank you everyone for watching. Thanks for subscribing. Don't forget All the Beer No Idea on YouTube and Facebook. All the Beer No Idea 1 on Instagram and Twitter. Nearly forgot where I was then. If you've subscribed, somewhere in there or there, there'll be a bell somewhere. Give it a ding dong. You'll be notified when I release a new video. Don't forget, there's lots of different sort of stuff I do on this channel. The Pinter, which is a homebrew kit. The Blade, the Perfect Draft. I do, you know, Belgian beers. I do all sort of like your supermarket stuff and what have you. So there's a lot of variety. Hopefully a bit for everyone. I also do a little Baz versus Food thing, which is anyone who's watched Man versus Food. That's me taking on food. My name is Barry, Baz, whatever you want to, you know. So yeah, so there's all these little bits. The Baz versus Food isn't so regular as the beer, but it's another little spin-off of what my channel is. So So yeah, new beers coming up. Hopefully, in the next week, I would say there's going to be one for the Blade coming up. There's going to be a new one for the Perfect Draft. It's going to be Birra Messina for the Blade sometime in the next week. There's going to be Left Winter or Left Noel on the Perfect Draft. Nothing coming up at the moment on the Pinter. Did I say the Pinter? The Pinter, I mean, the Pinter. There's also going to be other bottles and that coming up. And next Wednesday, just got to set it up. I'll be doing a live challenge with Ison's scarily spicy, unbelievably Carolina Reaper hot burgers. So keep an eye out for that. It'll be next Wednesday. Not sure on the time. Maybe about 7 o'clock. So thanks for watching, everyone. I'll shut the hell up. Get on with your Friday night and enjoy yourself. And I'll see you again very soon on another beer review. Cheers.